a brief account of evolution. അതിൽ രണ്ട് പാർട്ടായിട്ടാണ് ഡിസ്കസ് ചെയ്തത്. അതിന് പ്ലാന്റ് എവല്യൂഷൻ ഡിസ്കസ് ചെയ്തു. ആഫ്റ്റർ ദിസ് ആനിമൽ എവല്യൂഷൻ. സോ നമുക്കറിയാം അറൗണ്ട് 4.5 ബില്യൺ ഇയേഴ്സ് അഗോ എർത്ത് ഒറിജിനേറ്റ് ചെയ്തു. അത് കഴിഞ്ഞ് ഏകദേശം ഫസ്റ്റ് ഫോം ഓഫ് ലൈഫ് അപ്പിയർഡ് അറൗണ്ട് 4 ബില്യൺ ഇയേഴ്സ് അഗോ. ആൻഡ് ദെൻ first non-cellular form of life appeared around non-cellular form of life appeared around 3 billion years ago, and first cellular form of life appeared around 2 billion years ago, or 2000 million years ago. The first cellular forms of life appeared on earth, and after that slowly single-celled organisms become multicellular life forms. Multicellularity originate ചെയ്തു. protozoans to porifera എന്നുള്ള ഒരു ട്രാൻസിഷൻ നടന്നു. And of course, invertebrates originate ചെയ്തു. So we'll start from the invertebrate origin. By the time of 500 million years ago, invertebrates were formed and they were active. And after the origin and dominance of invertebrates, the jawless fish evolved. And jawless fish probably evolved around 350 million years ago. So invertebrate 500 million years ago, the jawless fish uh, 350 million years ago. Jawless fish, fish with jaw evolved, or true fish evolved. And from fish, amphibians evolved. First, amphibians evolved from fish, and this was about 350 million years ago. Yeah, the fish with stout and strong fins could move on land and go back to water. This was about 350 million years ago. So that means the first form of amphibians originated around 350 million years ago. And this group of fish are called lobe-finned fish. Lobe fins എന്ന് നമ്മൾ വിളിക്കും. കാരണം they will have, very thick fins are there, which is, having some kind of support. Fleshy fins are there, and with some bony support is also there. By using this, they can migrate to the land. So we actually got such kind of blowfin from South Africa. So in 1938, a fish caught in South Africa happened to be coelacanth. Coelacanth എന്ന് പറയുന്നത് blowfin ആണ്. So I can say that the link between fish and amphibia is, yeah, they are group of lobe fins, or I can say it is what? Coelacanth, right? The connecting link between fish and amphibia, lobe-fins or coelacanth. Anyway, so 1938 we caught a sample, a coelacanth, which was thought to be extinct. This animal called lobe-fins evolved into first amphibians that lived on both land and water. See, ഇപ്പം നമുക്ക് there are no specimens left with us now. Live samples ഒന്നും ഇപ്പം available അല്ല because they extinct. But yeah, we got some samples earlier. Anyway, these dolphins or these coelacanths are the ancestors of our modern amphibians like frog, salamander, and all kind of amphibians. And from this amphibians, reptilians evolved. Okay, amphibians evolved into reptilians. And what is their advantage? Okay, of course, amphibians were the first land migrants, but they are not successful land migrants because of many reasons. Because they need to lay their egg, or they need a water body to reproduce, because they never had this thick shells around the egg, so the eggs will get desiccated, dehydrated. And when it become reptiles have many advantages over amphibian, and one of them was they lay thick shelled eggs which do not dry up in the sun like those of amphibians. അപ്പോൾ അവർക്ക് എന്ത് പറ്റി? കംപ്ലീറ്റ്ലി ടെറസ്ട്രിയൽ എക്കോസിസ്റ്റത്തിലേക്ക് അഡാപ്റ്റ് ചെയ്യാൻ പറ്റി, ബിക്കോസ് ദേ ഹാവ് ദ ഷെൽസ് വിച്ച് വിൽ പ്രൊട്ടക്ട് ദ എഗ്സ് ഫ്രം ഡീഹൈഡ്രേഷൻ. അല്ലെങ്കിൽ ആംനിയോട്സ് എന്ന് പറയാം. ദർ ആംനിയോട്സ്, റെപ്റ്റൈൽസ് എന്ന് പറയുമ്പോൾ അവിടെ മുതൽ ആംനിയോട്സിന്റെ ഒരു എവല്യൂഷൻ ആണ്. Again, we only see their modern day descendants, the turtle, tortoise, and crocodiles. In the next 200 millions of years or so, reptiles of different shapes and size dominated the earth. അപ്പോൾ അവർ origin ചെയ്തു, then they dominated. ഇതിനിടയ്ക്ക് കുറച്ച് പേര് എന്ത് ചെയ്തു? Some of the land reptiles went back into water. കുറച്ച് land reptile migrated back to water and evolved fish like reptilians, which happened probably around 200 million years ago. Ichthyosaurus, you can see a kind of fossil of Ichthyosaurus. Ichthyosaurs are actually a kind of example of such kind of reptilians which migrated back, went back to the water from land to become aquatic fish like reptilians around 200 million years ago. And when we discuss about reptilians, we cannot ignore the great reptilians, the land reptilians, the dinosaurs. The biggest of them were Tyrannosaurus rex, which was having a height of 20 feet and which was having, or they had huge, fearsome dagger-like teeth. About 65 million years ago, the dinosaurs suddenly disappeared from the earth. They extincted during the Cretaceous period. Triassic they evolved, Jurassic they become dominant, and during Cretaceous they extincted. That was around 65 million years ago. We see many theories are there for their extinction. We do not know the true reason. Some say climatic changes killed them. Some say most of them evolved into birds, and many other theories are there. The truth may live in between. We don't know. And now we have what small size reptilian, because all these giant reptilians extincted. And this is actually a kind of phylogenetic tree of this reptilian evolution. They were having a common ancestor. From this common ancestor, all these reptilians evolved. Like, we can say the Stegosaurus, the Brachiosaurus, the Triceratops, the Tyrannosaurus. All of them evolved from this common ancestor. Not only that, the flying birds, Archaeopteryx, evolved from this common ancestor. The crocodiles evolved from this common ancestor. Pteranodon also evolved from this common ancestor. And Pteranodon is flying vertebrate. So all of them have a common ancestry. It's a family tree or phylogenetic tree, I can say. So anyway, that is reptilian evolution. After the evolution of reptiles, what evolved? Mammals evolved. Mammals evolved from reptilians, and the first mammals were like shrews. Actually, rodent world. I can say this is a shrew. This is a therapsid, which is a shrew-like organism. They were the first mammal-like animals, mammal-like organisms, mammal-like reptilians. You can say. Anyway, they were the first mammals. Okay, right. And small size fossils we found, and mammals were viviparous and protected their unborn young ones inside the mother's body. Our viviparous, of course, when an animal is viviparous, they will give that developing embryo will have better protection and they'll have greater development also. Mammals were more intelligent in sensing and avoiding danger, at least. They are കുറച്ചും കൂടെ intelligent ആയിരുന്നു, and they were able to avoid the dangers, recognize the things which is happening around them. They were much more conscious than the other kind of animals around them. Anyway, when reptiles came down, mammals took over this earth. Okay, reptiles and died, they were dominated the earth for 200 million years, and then after that mammals came, and after that mammals started to dominate the earth. Okay. Right. And then, some mammals move to the water and they become what aquatic mammals like whales, dolphins, seals, sea cows, etc. And that's why still they have this, pulmonary respiration, because initially the evolution happened in the land, and then after that they migrated back to the sea or the water. So it's a kind of, secondary evolution. Okay. Anyway, not required in detail. Now, this diagram is very important, which is actually explaining the evolution of vertebrates. Let's discuss this diagram in detail. Okay, so all the evolution starting from these early reptiles, all this reptilian evolution, and from this reptile, two groups evolved: the Sauropsida and Synapsida. Okay, let's focus on the Sauropsida first. Sauropsida is the ancestor of turtle. Sauropsida is the ancestors of lizard. Sauropsida is the ancestors of snakes. Sauropsida is the ancestors of Totara. Sauropsida means the lizard-faced organism. So turtle, lizard, snakes, and Totara, all of them are lizard-faced. All of them evolved from the Sauropsid. And from the Sauropsida, another intermediate form, Thecodont, evolved. And these Thecodont are the ancestors of crocodiles. They are the ancestors of dinosaurs, and they are the ancestors of birds too. So Thecodonts, ancestors of crocodiles, dinosaurs, and birds, and Thecodont evolved from Sauropsida. Okay, right. So that is the story of Sauropsida and its evolution. Now, when you see the Synapsida, like beast-faced organisms, they evolved into pelycosaurs. Pelycosaurs evolved into therapsid, first mammal-like reptilian, I can say. From this Therapsida, the mammals evolved. So Synapsida to pelycosaurs, pelycosaurs to Therapsida, the Rhapsodias to mammals. ठीक है? Right. So this is the story of vertebrate evolution, and this is all about the brief account of evolution.